Hi, this is Ken Warman of the Leaders Evolution. Earlier this week, I had the honor of hosting a roundtable with some senior financial executives. And the topic that we delved into was strengthening vendor relationships. So, really interesting discussion. And I learned some new perspectives that I wanted to share with all of you on this topic. The first was an individual who shared a perspective around thinking about our mindset completely differently about vendor relationships. In our organizations, we spend a lot of time and focus on customer relationships and understanding the customer experience. And we typically have scorecards or rating systems around our customers. And similarly, we think about our employees in that manner as well. We have employee engagement surveys and lots of data to assess how those employee relationships are going. But when we get to vendor relationships, for some reason, we might not think about them the same way. We don't have the same measuring tools. We don't have the same perspective of, really trying to identify which relationships are the best and how we can improve them. So this individual suggested we should think about it the same way, go about measuring it, going about evaluating how we're doing on those relationships with vendors in the same way that we do with our customers and with our employees. A second concept that came out of that discussion, we've all been given sort of the long-standing thought that the customer is always right. And when we are the person hiring the vendor, that in some way we have more power, more control to sort of push them to the outcome that we want. And one of our executives suggested a completely different approach, which was, what can I do to actually be my vendor's best client? If I approach this relationship differently and I work hard to become their best client, that's going to create a very valuable long-term relationship. And think about how that would impact your discussions with them, negotiations with them. And I found that to be really, really interesting perspective. Gaining new perspectives from others around you and even through the coaching process can be really valuable in rethinking your approach to key relationships, whether they be with vendors or other key counterparties that you're working with. So please, if you're interested in learning more about this, reach out, set up some time with me, and we'll talk it through as to how that can be impacted in your organization. Again, this is Ken Warman from the Leaders Evolution.